Vaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudire. Hare Krishna. So yesterday we discussed. Let us recap. What was the first question? Anyone remembers the first question asked by the sages? Without seeing the text. Sonika's hand is up. I must, share with all of you. She has written a write-up. Very, very relatable write-up. She has put her heart. First, she has heard very attentively. And what she has heard, she had assimilated it. She would have definitely read the purport few times. Sonika?
Yes, Prabhuji.
How many times did you read the purport?
And 3 times, Prabhuji.
Very good. Very good. And you must
actually, Prabhuji, I
Yes.
have heard your lectures also 2-3 times.
Yes, that is what I was wanting to say. You took the words from my mouth. She would have heard at least 3 to 4 times. This is what the sages are saying. This is called eagerness. Yesterday we discussed about it. The word is eagerness. Eagerness to hear about Lord Kṛṣṇa. This is glorious. I must say, we have a first question in Bhakti Vaibhav about the explanation of Supreme Absolute Truth. Your answer will qualify as one of the outstanding answers in Bhakti Vaibhav. You have written so well. Explaining each and every term with perfect examples. That is how we have to show that we are sincere and serious. Okay, what are the questions? We have so far covered 3 questions. The questions are being asked by the sages. So what is the first question? Now people are they're trying to, save their face. Devadatta, can you remember what is the first question that was asked by these sages assembled?
Prabhuji, first question was, like in the age of Kali, people are short-lived and they cannot assimilate all the scriptures with us. So their first question was to give the very pinpointed instruction what ages people in the Kali can follow.
What?
What the people in the age of Kali should do, and how should they what should they follow?
Okay, you have to be a little more precise. Who will make it, on the point of the pin? Pranav?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
These are asking for easily understandable way, all the scriptures.
No. Mhm. Yes,
Prabhuji, they are asking
wait,
for
wait.
the crux out of the scriptures which people can follow.
That is the second question, my dear, not the first. What is the first question? Pradeep Prabhu, what is the first question?
So the sages asked to explain easily understanding way for the absolute and ultimate good for the people in the world.
Yeah. This is from your memory or this is from the book?
It's from memory.
Very good. Wonderful memory. Good. I am very happy to see the change. You sleep at 9:30. Please maintain that habit. Don't change it for any rhyme or reason in this world. Okay, yes. What is the absolute and the ultimate good for all people? That was the question. For all the people in general. And then, of course, they explain that what is the situation of the people of age of Kali. That they are all short-lived, prayana, alpayu, and they are kalavasmin, quarrelsome. They are mandha, lazy, sumandha. What is sumandha? Who remembers what is the meaning of sumandha?
Misguided.
Please don't speak without raising the hand.
Okay.
Then the, dredging will not happen. The purpose of this group is to dredge it into our memory, into our consciousness. Okay. Yeah, they are misguided. And above all, upadruta. What is upadruta, Devashish? आपको पुस्तक मिली या अभी भी आप बिना पुस्तक के या पूरी भागवतम बिना पुस्तक के ही चलाएंगे?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु को बेस में ले लिया
ले लिया जो खोजत है वो पावत है बेस में थी ना
यस प्रभु
लेकिन तब तक आपने जब तक 4 बार बोला नहीं गया तब तक ढूंढी नहीं मिल गई ना वही थी
जी
बोलिए उपद्रता का क्या मतलब है श्लोक याद कर लिया ना आपने बोलिए श्लोक बोलिए एक एक 10
प्रयाण अल्पायुष सभ्य
प्रायण
प्रायण
हाँ प्रयाण तो अलग हो गया
प्रयाण
नहीं प्रायण नहीं है बाबा
प्रायण
प्रायण प्रायण प्रयाण का मतलब तो दुर्भ हो गया प्रायण तो कुलशेखर महाराज बोलते हैं ठीक है ये प्रायण प्रायण का मतलब है इन जनरल प्रायण बोलिए
प्रायण अल्पायुष सभ्य कलो अस्मिन् युग जनः मंद सुमंद मतयो मंद भाग्य उपद्रता
वेरी गुड तो उपद्रता का क्या मतलब है श्लोक तो आपने याद कर लिया बहुत अच्छा उपद्रता किसे बोलते हैं किसको बता रहे हैं उपद्रता आवाज आ रहा है जल्दी बोलिए प्रभु सुनाई नहीं दिया दोबारा बोलिए जल्दी बोलिए किसको ध्यान है उपद्रता माननीय माता जी व्हाट इज उपद्रता
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी डिस्टर्ब
always disturb not just disturb their minds are that the mind is always disturbed. So they're explaining this. And then they are asking the next question, which is in the 11th verse, which we discussed. And in the 11th verse, what did they ask? Who remembers the second question? Priyanka Mataji? आप बताएंगे?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, the sages are asking to explain that the essence of the scripture among all the various scriptures.
Yes. और क्यों पूछा ऐसा उन्होंने? एक बहुत
आत्मा
prime.
सुप्रसिद्धि.
Very good. Very good.
To satisfaction of heart होते हैं.
Very good. Yeah. But क्यों उन्होंने पूछा कि आप बताइए, you tell me what is the conclusion. Why did they ask? तो उन्होंने reason बताया. Sages cited one reason also.
Because the many scriptures have many prescribed duties.
Very good. Very good. This is the purpose. So they asked specifically. So what is the essence of all scriptures? So you please reveal. You please share with us. And then the next question. What is the next question? The next verse. Yes, Ganesh Prabhu.
From the purpose of Lord's appearance in
Very good. In the
womb of Devaki Mataji or Vasudeva.
As the son of Vasudeva. Very good. But अगर आप इस वर्स को देखें तो बीच में सेकंड लाइन क्या बोलते हैं? सूता जनसी भद्रम ते. So they are giving blessings. To whom? To Suta Goswami, who is the speaker. And they are also mentioning Bhagwan Satvatam Pati. So if you see the purport, yesterday I was not in my proper consciousness. I was very tired, so I was not able to concentrate. So I was reading the purport again today. And in the question itself, you see, first they are asking what is the absolute and the ultimate good. Then they are asking what is the essence of all the scriptures which prescribe so many duties, so many recommendations. And in the third question, they are bringing it, they're focusing. Whom are they focusing? They are wanting to know what is the purpose of the appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they are also mentioning that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Bhagwan Satvatam Pati. And if you see the purport Prabhupada is mentioning, the person who are the servitors of the absolute truth are called Sattvatas, and the personality of Godhead who protects such pure devotees is known as the protector of the Sattvatas. That is the purpose why Krishna appears. Krishna declares in Bhagavad Gita. What is the purpose? You should all be answering. What is the purpose?
Paritranaya sadhana.
Yes, Paritranaya sadhana. And Krishna takes the responsibility, that is Bhagwan Satvatam Pati. Yeah, this is the responsibility of the husband to protect the wife. So similarly, the Supreme Lord appears to protect his devotees. We discussed the 13th verse also yesterday. We will begin the 14th. And then they are expressing how much eager they are. Tanna shushrushmanana arhasi angavarnitum. So they are expressing their eagerness to hear. And Prabhupada gives the qualification for one who can hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Or for that matter, any Vedic literature. What is the qualification? I hope you all read the purport. Please kindly, if you devote 10 to 15 minutes, it is sufficient. 10 to 15 minutes to go through the verse which we have already covered. Anyone remembers the purport? Yes? Ramendra Prabhu?
One has to be very sincere and eagerness to hear the scriptures.
One has to?
Very sincere and eagerness to hear.
What is sincerity? We discussed. Ramya Mataji gave me a small note a few days back, expressing what is sincere and what is serious. What is sincere?
Prabhuji, without fail, execute the order of superior authority.
Ramya, you remember what is sincere? You mentioned.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, sincere means not to be disturbed or to hear from only one source, from bona fide source only.
That means coming in parampara. Sincere means one is coming in parampara. And this is the qualification here mentioned. Prabhupada is emphatically mentioning that the first condition is that the audience must be very sincere and eager to hear. The speaker must be from the disciplic succession of the recognized acharyas. The transcendental message of the Absolute is not understandable by those who are materially absorbed. This is another condition. Under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master, one becomes gradually purified. Therefore, one must be in the chain of disciplic succession and learn the spiritual art of submissive hearing. So this is sincerity. That one must be in the chain of disciplic succession and learn the spiritual art of submissive hearing. So we are all in the process of learning. Learning the art of submissive hearing. In the case of Suta Goswami and the sages of Naimisharan, all these conditions are fulfilled because Srila Suta Goswami is in the line of Srila Vyasadeva. And the sages of Naimisharanya are all sincere souls who are anxious to learn the truth. Thus, the transcendental topics of Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa, superhuman activities, his incarnation, his birth, appearance or disappearance, his forms, his name, and so on are easily understandable because all requirements are fulfilled. Such discourses help all men on the path of spiritual realizations. So next, they continue to glorify. So what they are glorifying? The sages. Let us see the verse 14th. We proceed from verse number 14. āpannaḥ saṁsṛtiṁ ghorāṁ yan-nāma vivaśo gṛṇan tataḥ sadyo vimucyeta bhibheti svayaṁ bhayam. Very beautiful verse. Another verse to memorize. They are giving the glories. See what glories are there in this verse. āpannaḥ saṁsṛtiṁ ghorāṁ yan-nāma vivaśo gṛṇan tataḥ sadyo vimucyeta bhibheti svayaṁ bhayam. So āpannaḥ. Āpannaḥ means the conditioned soul who is entangled in this world because of his fruitive activities. Because of the fruitive activities, he is within the modes. Saṁsṛtiṁ means in the, what is the entanglement? The hurdle of birth and death. And it is ghorāṁ. Ghorāṁ means it is very, very complicated. He cannot be disentangled easily. He cannot be released or freed. But however, whatever may be his entanglement, there is one possibility. What is that possibility? Yan-nāma vivaśo gṛṇan. Yan-nāma, whose name? About whom they are talking? They are talking about the Supreme Absolute Truth, the Personality of Godhead, who has appeared in the womb of Mother Devaki as the son of Vasudeva. So, yan-nāma vivaśo gṛṇan. Those who are chanting the holy name of Krishna. Vishvasha. This is not Vishwas. This is, sorry, I beg your pardon. I read it wrong. It is vivaśo. It is not Vishvasha. It is vivaśo. Yan-nāma vivaśo gṛṇan. Vivaśo. Vivaśo means that not very agreeably. Vivash means one who is forced. Or here it is being meant is unconsciously. So living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death because of their karma can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna. It is easy to remember the verse. Āpannaḥ saṁsṛtiṁ ghorāṁ yan-nāma vivaśo gṛṇan. Then what is the result? Tataḥ sadyo situation. Sadhya means at once and vimucyeta means released. Or here it is being mentioned as gets freedom. How and why? Yad bibheti svayaṁ bhayam. Bibheti means to be afraid of or to be fearful. Why? Because they are chanting the name of the Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His name is so fearful that even the fear personified becomes fear when he hears the name of Krishna. The living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of the birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna. This is the first chapter, and the initial verse, the glory of the holy name, is there in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. The Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is completely inundated with Naam, Roop, Gun, Leela, and Parikar. And of course, the Dham. So the glory is coming of the holy name. What Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is declaring, that even if one unconsciously chants the holy name of Krishna, he can be freed from the complicated mesh of repeated birth and death. Because Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is feared even by fear personified. Who is fear personified? Who is fear personified? We have studied Bhagavad Gita. You not studied Bhagavad Gita? So many verses we read about it. I don't want to name the chapter, then there is nothing left.
Kal.
Yeah. Kal Rupam. Kal Rupam. Kalo asmi lokshaya krit pravita. So Vasudeva or Krishna, let's see the purport. Vasudeva or Krishna, the absolute personality of Godhead, is the supreme controller of everything. There is no one in creation who is not afraid of the rage of the Almighty. Great asuras like Ravan, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, and others, who are very powerful living entities, were all killed by the personality of Godhead. And the Almighty Vasudeva has empowered his name with the powers of his personal self. What is the verse? The verse says that the Almighty Vasudeva has empowered his name with the powers of his personal self. Where do we read about it? Where is the reference? Yes, there shall go.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, in the sister Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sistastakam, Nam Nija Sarvasakti, Tatra Pitanya Smarana Kalaha,
Nam, yeah, that was. Please be on the point only. Nam akari bahuda nija sarva shakti. So this is nija sarva shakti. Shakti matayor abheda. So the empowerment of the energy is because of the energetic. And the Supreme Lord has empowered his energy in the form of his name. That it is non-different from the Supreme Lord. So Vasudeva has empowered his name with the powers of his personal self. Everything is related to him, and everything has his identity in him. Everything is related to him. That is what? Anvyad. Directly. And everything has identity in him. Also indirectly. Itarastas. It is stated herein that the name of Krishna is feared even by fear personified. This indicates that the name of Krishna is not different from Krishna. That is a very beautiful verse in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Nopasīdata. Please find out. This is in 6th canto, 3rd chapter. Yamaraj is telling his Yamadutas. Nacha vayaṁ.
22 verse 15.
Very good. Yeah, something like that only. 6:3:22. So Yamaraj, who is death personified, who is feared by everyone. So he is fearful of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is mentioning. Open. No. This is how the chanting begins. Tannam grihanadi. Hetamanev loke asmin. (27) 6th. (3:27) That how the Raj. Very beautiful verse. Te deva-siddha-parigīta-pavitra-gāthā. Ye sādhavaḥ samadṛśo bhagavat-prapannāḥ. Nopasīdata harer gadayābhiguptān. naiṣāṁ vayaṁ nacha prabhavāma daṇḍe. Come down. So Yamaraj is telling the Yamadutas. What is he mentioning? That, my dear servants, do not approach such devotees, for they have fully surrendered to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are equal to everyone, and their narrations are sung by the demigods and the inhabitants of Siddhaloka. Show the verse. Now you can appreciate what is the position of a devotee. This Yamaraj is speaking. Te deva-siddha-parigīta-pavitra-gāthā. Deva means the demigod, and Siddha means the inhabitants of Siddha, those who are perfected beings. So what they are doing? They are glorifying. They are singing Parigīt. And what are they singing? Pavitra-gāthā. Pavitra-gāthā means the pure narration. For whom? Ye sādhavaḥ. Those devotees who are samadṛśo, who are equal to all, and bhagavat-prapannāḥ. Those who are surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he is saying, nopasīdata. You should never go near them. Never ever dare to go near them. Why? Because harer, gadayābhiguptān. Because they are protected by the gada. Gada means the club. The club of the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally protects them. Abhigupta means being fully protected. So this is the purpose of the Supreme Lord's appearance. And he says, neither do I, naiṣāṁ vayaṁ, that I as Kal or Yamaraj, nacha vaya means the time. Nacha, this is naiṣāṁ vayaṁ nacha vaya, and also it's Brahma also. Prabhavāma daṇḍe, we have no jurisdiction or right to judge them, what to speak of punishing them. Come down, let's see the translation. Come down, okay. They are equal to everyone, and their narrations are sung by the demigods and the inhabitants of the Siddhaloka. Te deva-siddha-parigīta. No, wait, we will not go there. We have to cover also. Please do not even go near them. This is fear. Yamaraj is telling his assistant, the Yamadutas, please do not even go near them. Why? Because they are always protected by the club of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here comes the Prabhupada is giving the translation. Therefore, Lord Brahma and I, that is Yamaraj, and even time factor, none of them are competent to chastise them. So this is what is being said here, that yad bibheti svayaṁ bhayam. So that is the glory of the holy name, that one who is chanting the holy name, even if he is not chanting on the pure platform. His platform is not pure. Can you see the screen? Can you see the text?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by the fear personified. This is the conviction of the sages who have assembled there. So they are not ordinary people. They are very advanced spiritualists. Bahunam janmanam ante yan-nāma mam prapadyate. Vasudevam sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabha. So Vasudeva or Lord Kṛṣṇa, the Absolute Personality of Godhead, is the supreme controller of everything. And as such, he is feared by all others. There is no one in creation who is not afraid of the rage of the Almighty. We read it. I think we read it. We read this. So therefore, the name of Krishna is as powerful as the Lord Himself. There is no difference, Krishna, even in the midst of the greatest dangers. Rather, we want to take the name of the Supreme Lord only when we are in great danger. When there is less danger, we have no inclination to remember or chant the holy names. The transcendental name of Krishna, even though uttered unconsciously or by force of circumstances, can help one obtain freedom from the hurdle of birth and death. So such is the glorious conviction and clarity. Two aspects are very important. Unless and until we have clarity in the heart. Hare Krishna, are you able to hear?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes. Audio is clear.
We see the conviction, the convincing expression coming from the sages. So they have absolute clarity now of what they want to hear and about whom they want to hear. So in our practice of Krishna consciousness also, as we have clarity that what is actually the absolute and the ultimate good for us, to that extent, we will have conviction and it will be easily achievable. Our struggle is there because we are having some confusion instead of clarity. And as Prabhupada wrote in the previous purport, that this transcendental message of the absolute truth is not understandable by those who are materially absorbed. So materially absorbed means they're not having clarity. They're not having conviction. They are still thinking that material life is better than the spiritual life. So the sages are very clear, very convinced in their heart. One can obtain freedom from the hurdle of birth and death. Okay, any discussion? Or we go to the next verse? 15th verse. Yes, Sonika?
Here in the last line, it was said that in any condition, if one is means taking holy name of Lord, he will be freed from the cycle of birth and death. So, Prabhuji, if he have no faith in Lord, also it will work.
If he has no faith, will he be able to chant? Tell me.
Means out of fear, maybe.
That will be occasional chanting. Even it is, see, this is what the verse is saying. Very powerful verse. See what it says that even they are in complicated situation where by force they are made to chant. So what it means that they will be freed from the cycle or meshes of birth and death. So that path of progress towards freedom will begin. That journey will begin. Maybe not in this life, but maybe in next life or next to next life. But the journey has begun. The progress will begin. Of course, full freedom is not possible unless and until there is full faith. That is what was said in the last verse. Okay, it was there in that verse, that bhagavat-prapannāḥ. So actual freedom will only happen when there is complete submission and surrender to the Supreme Lord. And when will that happen? When one's faith has matured. So even in the beginning stage, do we have that kind of conviction or faith in our heart? No. But as we chant the holy name, what the holy name does? What is the effect of the holy name?
It will remove our anarthas.
The process of purification has begun. The process of purification has begun. So we will get opportunity, lifetimes after lifetime, to perfect it. And it is solely on the individual, that how he responds. If he is intelligent, he can clear in one life. If he is not, he may take more than one life. But the journey has begun. The Prabhupada is writing here, if you see the last line, what you are mentioning, the transcendental name of Krishna, even though uttered unconsciously or by force of circumstance. What is force of circumstance? Is distress. That is what Krishna says. What kind of people come to Krishna? Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukritino arjuna artha. Artha means it's not artho. Tell me who in this material world is not distressed. Is there anyone who is not distressed? Or who is not disturbed? Artho jigyasu artharti jnani cha bhartrisava. And Krishna says, Udara sarve evete. That they are all udar. Why they are udar? Because they approach Krishna. They accept the authority of Krishna. So, even if they have unconsciously or because of the force of situation or circumstance, they have chanted, it will give a permanent effect to them. And they will be on the path of freedom from death. That is the whole 6th chapter. If you see the final section of Bhagavad Gita, that is the whole 6th chapter. When the sages are saying that this is the conviction, how deep is their conviction in the heart? So when we hear from them, when we study and when we discuss, so our appreciation for them comes. So gradually this appreciation can also come for the holy name. And as we serve the holy name, the realization can come. When can one understand that there is no difference between the Supreme Lord and His name? When one is completely pure. Yesham tuhant gatam papam jananam punya karmanam. For such persons. But the process has begun, the journey has begun. It will inevitably happen. You should not give up the process. If he continues the process, even if he does not have faith, or his faith is weak, still he will have success. We discussed that verse 3.31. Few days back we discussed. This Sunday we discussed. Yeme matam idam nityam anutishtanti manava shraddhavanto anusuyante tepi mucyate काम कर्म भी. 3.31. Manoram Prabhu. So Krishna's mat or Krishna's devotees mata. Mata you understand, na? Opinion. Everyone has his own opinion. What is the verse? Yasham rishi yas matam na bhinnam. So everyone has a bhinna mata. But what is the highest mata? Krishna says, Shraddhavan bhajate yomam some yukta tamo mata. That is Krishna's mata. So here what is the Krishna's mata? He expresses in 3.31. Those person who executes their duties according to my injunctions and you follow this teaching faithfully without envy, become free from the bondage of fruitive actions. Simple. So what we have to do? We have to follow and not give it up. Then the process will work. It will work wonders. So beginning, how many of us started to chant with a lot of attention, with taste, or with eagerness to chant? Maybe some of you, very pious or pure souls. Prayana, japa. How do people start chanting? Because they are being told by someone, some devotee who comes in his life, in their life, and forces him. Prabhu, aap kaise ho? Kya chal raha hai? And then he'll come back to one thing. अच्छा आपका जप चल रहा है? आप जप कर रहे हैं या नहीं? आपने आज कितनी माला की? Again and again he'll keep poking. He'll keep calling, he'll keep pushing, he'll keep forcing. And then we said, अच्छा चलो इतना बोल रहा है, एक माला कर देता हूँ, क्या याद रखेगा? हाँ प्रभु, आपके कहने से मैंने माला करनी शुरू कर दी है. कितनी कर रहे हैं? एक माला करता हूँ, एक माला कर रहा हूँ. Did you start to chant 16 round first day, Sonika?
No, Prabhuji.
How much time it took to come from 1 to 16?
Many years.
But the journey has begun. So whatever the initial round was because of force of circumstances. It was being offered unconsciously. Still we are uttering the name unconsciously. Are we uttering it with consciousness that Krishna is fully present in his name? No. You are uttering with inattention. That is unconsciously. But still, those who are even chanting without having full attention, still they will get the benefit. What will be the benefit? That they will be purified and they will come to the stage of pure chanting. I have to come to the stage of pure chanting. And they will be freed. Once one name which has been uttered, which is pure, is sufficient to bestow prem, what to speak of freedom from birth and death. That is moksha, which is laghuta krita, which is laghu. Laghu, you understand? Insignificant. Okay. So see how mature these sages are. Not that they have just assembled and they have no clarity or clue what they are going to do. They're very focused. In a way, they are putting such questions so that they can receive the answer in the form of Krishna Katha only. Okay, so I'm not proceeding for the next verse that we will take tomorrow. 15th verse. Anyone else? Any question or any discussion? Few minutes. So the first chapter, mainly it was the prelude, setting the scene, and there is 6 questions. And between questions, the conviction is being shared. With what conviction they are inquiring or putting forth these questions. Yes, Madan Suru Prabhu?
Prabhuji, this 14 purport, last sentence, you were answering to Sonika Mataji that if somebody is not doing faithfully, then how it is possible to continue with the Harinam? This last sentence seems to be saying that even unconsciously or by the force of circumstances, one can obtain freedom. So how do we understand that?
See, unconsciously means not with full attention, not with proper perspective that the holy name is not different from Krishna. Even today, are we having that perspective while chanting? Or are we attentive?
No.
Every day we recite the 10 offenses to guard against the holy name. And what is the 10th offense? To be unattentive while chanting. So inattention is what? Unconscious. And why we are chanting? Are we chanting because we like chanting?
We have been asked to do this is one of the commitment to do.
That is what? Is it voluntarily or a force?
Not voluntarily in the beginning, of course.
Even today?
Yeah, today. I mean, maybe few rounds are, attentive, and thereafter
there is even if one round is attentive, that is the huge progress. Huge progress. Why? Because we have taken vow. So we are under that vow, that burden or the force of the vow to chant. So what I was saying is that if one is continuing, if one continues to chant, that means he has faith. Otherwise, he cannot continue. He will leave it. It's not possible. And how faith is strengthened? We read that Prabhupada purport in the Bhagavad Gita. One moment. So faith comes by association of devotees, chanting the holy name, and performing devotional service. So in the beginning stage, there is neither faith, nor there is attention, nor there is any desire to chant. So that is why it is called offensive chanting. But one who is chanting, who continues to chant, your Bhagavatam is saying that even if he is chanting on the offensive platform, he can come to the stage of being freed from the cycle of birth and death. It is said that even one name, if it is uttered, one name is sufficient to free the living entity from all the mountains of sins which he has accumulated in millions and trillions of his previous lives. One name is sufficient.
Can you repeat, Prabhuji? 3 factors faith comes from: association of devotees,
chanting the holy names,
chanting of holy name,
and performing devotional service.
Thank you.
It is there in 9th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, verse number 3. Ashasdhana purusha dharmasasya panantapa aprapya mam nivartante mrityu sansar vartmani. 9.3.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
You can see that purport.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, we'll stop here. And I'm, what should I say? I'm enlivened by saying the sincerity of most of you. So please keep the spirit and don't let it go, what should I say?
Like
Disintegrated. Not let it allow to be disintegrated. But allow, we will have more holidays. We are not busy like materialist people. They have no spirit of celebrating Deepavali or welcoming Ram. Do they welcome Ram in their heart? In their city of Ayodhya? They have no understanding of what is Deepavali. But our Deepavali, our welcoming of Lord Ram, is to let this conception of Lord Ram, which is there in the form of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, enter into our heart. That means Lord Ram has entered Ayodhya. So there will be many holidays. You have big weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Most of you have Saturday and Sundays off. And because of holiday, I think most of Mondays also. Mondays off? Yes, no?
No, Prabhuji.
No.
Yara, you don't have holiday on Monday. There is no holiday for Deepavali. Saturday, Sunday is normal holiday.
Prabhuji, Deepavali is on 12th Sunday.
That is why you will not have any holiday. Saturday, Sunday, normally you have weekend holiday every week. So there is no holiday. Are bolo na, yes ya no?
No holiday.
It will be restricted holidays, maybe on Monday.
Anyway, so please find time and try to read these purports again and take inspiration from the write-up of Sonika. Please read that write-up. And I expect some of you also to come up and write, at least write on these discussions of the sages. See, not only they are asking questions, but they are also expressing their heartfelt realizations. So thank you very much. And our yatra is coming now very near. On 15th, some of you who are from outstations will be reaching here. So we look forward to have the opportunity to visit Sri Vrajadham in Kartik month, which is very, very auspicious, very glorious. And it is very strengthening and nourishing of our devotional practice and devotional service. क्या हुआ देवदत्त?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
इस बार नहीं विचार है?
नहीं प्रभु जी, मतलब तबीयत के चलते घर वालों ने परमिशन नहीं दी।
चलो कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन आप मिस कर गई। लास्ट ईयर भी नहीं आई, इस बार भी नहीं है, रह गई आप। हरे कृष्णा। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंद।